KCAU 9 Sports.
What's poppin', Siouxland? I'm Alexander Huddleston, and welcome back to sports. It was another great day of NFL football, and I have some of the biggest highlights of the day right here. Let's kick things off in Minnesota. It was a battle of the backup quarterbacks. Wentz for Minnesota, Browning for Cincy. Wentz striked first, however, with tight end Josh Oliver in the end zone, putting the Vikings up 7-0. But if you had the Vikings defense in fantasy football, congratulations. They scored twice today. First here with a huge pick six by corner Isaiah Rodgers, nearly in his own red zone. Took it all the way back, making it a two-score game. But someone's got to check Rodgers' bank account because he may be a gambling man, but he may have bet himself today. This time, he's going to punch the ball out from tight end Noah Fant here and return it 69 yards all the way to the house. Rodgers becomes the first player ever to have a pick six, fumble return for a touchdown, and two forced fumbles in a game. Vikings would hand the Bengals their largest loss in franchise history, winning 48-10. Now we head to Cleveland, where the Green Bay Packers duked it out with the Browns in what would be kind of a barn burner. Packers defense showing up to play, keeping it as close as possible. Safety Xavier McKinney here icing the first half, picking off Flacco, keeping it at 3-0. The Pack would score with tight end John Fitzpatrick in the third quarter, but the Browns would take it 13-10 after a walk-off field goal. Now down to the City of Angels, where the Denver Broncos are visiting AFC West rival Chargers. Broncos looking to hand the Bolts their first loss of the season. Slow start for Denver, but just before halftime, Bo Nix would drop a beautiful dime right into a wide-open Cortland Sutton to finally put the Broncos on the board. Even after a third-quarter resurgence, the Broncos would fall to the Chargers, though, 23-20, dropping to 1-2 on the season. Next, we head to the Windy City, where the Bears hosted the Cowboys. Williams would put the Bears on the board first, airing it out to Rome Odunze, who burnt his man for a big touchdown. Later in the first, we'd see a little nifty flea flicker from DeAndre Swift back to Caleb Williams, who slings it to rookie Luther Burden to extend the lead. Ben Johnson's offensive genius finally showing through for the first time this year. Bears grabbed their first win of the season over America's team, 31-14. Big moment for Johnson, as that's his first win as an NFL head coach. And finally, we head to the Big Apple for Sunday Night Footballs as the Giants host the Chiefs. Both teams looking for their first win of the season. Not a whole lot of fireworks in this one, though. Chiefs relying mainly on field goals in the first half. This is the third time their last four games that has happened. They'd find the end zone later in the third quarter, though, with Tyquan Thornton to extend the lead. Last check, Chiefs were up 22-9 in the fourth quarter. And finally, to cap off the Week 3, the Ravens will host the Lions in Baltimore for Monday Night Football. Both teams at 1-1, looking to get above 500. You can catch that game right here on ABC tomorrow night. Let's begin tonight's slate with the Hawkeyes after their win against Rutgers over the weekend. In a game that began with a 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by Caden Weegan, it was only small improvements that were made by the offense. QB Mark Gronowski went 12 for 18 with 186 yards through the air, but he found the end zone 3 times on the ground, stacking 55 more yards on top of that. Despite the win, he and his team are still raising the bar.
I've felt good about these guys since January, and with each turn, each phase, they just keep working hard, and they work hard, and they try to do things the right way. So that part's good, but, I also said starting out, I like our team. I don't know how good we are. I still don't. I don't think any of us do, but that's the fun part about this if you're doing it right.
It's a great step in the right direction offensively, and I still feel like there's so much more room to improve. Improve on the passing side, the rushing attack as well. And we're going to keep improving every single week. And it was awesome to have that rhythm today, have that confidence in ourselves and belief in ourselves. And, we're going to keep working with the receivers after practice, get the extra film sessions in on our own, and we're going to keep this thing moving forward.
The Hawkeyes return home this week to host number 11 Indiana on Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Now at the pro level, Monday Night Football wrapped up in Baltimore earlier as the Ravens hosted the Lions. Both teams looking for their second win of the season. Lions strike first, though, with a goal line dive by Jameer Sonic Gibbs to put the Lions up 7-0. Well, let's actually jump to the fourth quarter. Lions up 28-24, Ravens ball, but it's punched out by Aiden Hutchinson, and DJ Reed jumps on it, giving Detroit excellent field position to cash in and extend their lead. But with time still left in this one, the Lions look to chew clock, but David Knuckles Montgomery would find a gap, take the rock 31 yards to the house, put this game on ice. Lions would complete the challenge of winning in Baltimore 38-30. Chicago Bears stunned the Cowboys on Sunday, winning 31-14. Caleb Williams, 19 for 28, amassing 298 yards through the air, as well as 4 tutties. This would be their first win of the season, as well as brand new head coach Ben Johnson's first win as an NFL head coach. But for him, the job is not finished.
Yeah, it'll be fun for tonight, and then we're on to the next one. You know, we're behind the 8 ball here. We're 1-2, and we got to get back to 500 here.
You know, it's just a constant growth mindset that we're on. But to be able to have this moment for him and us is really important. And like I said, it's important for us as a team organization to be able to keep building this momentum and have this growth that we want to go on in this run that we want to go on.
The Bears will now head to the city of Sin to face the Raiders in search of their second win.
Did you say tutties?
Tutties, yes.
As
tutties.
far as touchdowns?
Touchdowns, yes.
Okay.
Throw a tutty.
I'm just going to have to get your lingo because between you and Anthony, I'm just trying to learn the lingo of all of it.
CAU 9 Sports.
All right, welcome back to sports. I'm sure you're tired of me, but don't worry. Me too. Let's kick things off here with the newest NAIA Top 25 poll. After their big 55-37 win over Midland on Saturday, Morningside remains at number 4. Stings will now head to Hastings this week. Northwestern moves up 1 spot to number 14 after shutting out Dakota Wesleyan 23-0. They will now host Dordt on Saturday. And speaking of Dordt, they also moved up 2 spots this week to number 15 after blanking Doane 41-0. They look to keep it going in Orange City. And the GPAC Morningside swept for this week's awards. The Offensive Player of the Week was wide receiver Drew Sellen. Sellen hauled in 3 touchdown passes, including this 57-yarder. The receiver also racked up 130 yards on 10 catches. For Defensive Player of the Week, it was linebacker Jack Brickhouse. Number 33 tallied 9 tackles with 7 solo. He also had a pick late in the game. Return specialist Juven Hudson was also honored as Special Teams Player of the Week with 106 total yards. Now, I know it's late. I know it's a school night, but bear with me. It's our Sports Zone Top 5 Plays of the Week. Another great week of Siouxland sports in the book. With that, let's start off at number 5 from our game of the week on Friday between Akron Westfield and West Sioux. Falcons running back Braylon Lopez take the handoff, make several defenders miss, get himself into a 70-yard foot race to the end zone. Touchdown, Falcons. Now on to number 4, takes us to Sioux City East hosting West in a crosstown rivalry. West on a punt, but the punt is blocked by a swarm of defenders who recover it for a Black Raider touchdown. Number 3 takes us up to Spirit Lake, where in the final seconds of the game, junior Aso Jacobson is called up to attempt a 34-yard field goal, and he nails it for the walk-off win. How cool it must be to be him on Monday. Now, number 2, we head to Lamar's, where Jamie Sitzman would find Tyson Augustine over the middle, locks in, catches this one with one hand in stride, takes it to the house. That score helps the Bulldogs snap their 2-game losing streak. But finally, at number 1, it's Norfolk hosting Lincoln Southeast. Cole Signor lobs it to the back corner of the end zone, a little out of reach, but Kason Jones makes the diving catch to score and tie the game. That wraps up our top 5 plays of the week.